Have you ever sat down and thought about a formula to know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is managing the world? I'm pretty much sure that you've come across so many people around yourself that they got rich out of blue, maybe inheriting a grandfather or anything else, or they are earning money so easily, or you have also witnessed so many people that they got poor and they are suffering from poverty because of an accident that they didn't see it coming. So the math that we know, it seems to, fail in so many cases. Really, what is that formula? In our solitude, we all may have mocked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and said, do you know even mathematics? Do you know what math is? But the point is that the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the system of Rizq and Barakah, is a totally different system from what we know from mathematics, from what we know from income and expenditure. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we are going to talk about Rizq and Barakah in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and inside of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So before anything, before looking at the digits in your bank balance and your bank account, you have to know that Rizq in the riwayat of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, in the hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, is the thing that you actually use. You may save $1 million in your bank account. You would check it every day, brag about it. But as soon as you are saving it and you're so sick in order to eat anything from that but a plain toast, this is not your rizq. This is not your sustenance. You're just saving it off for someone else in order to come and use it. This is rizq from the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. This is the thing that you actually use. You actually take advantage of. This is not about the worldly matters. Rizq is the knowledge that you acquire. Rizq is your wife, your children. Rizq could be different things. So anything that you take advantage of is the rizq. And here comes an X factor, a factor that is referring to the productivity of your rizq, to the productivity of what you earn. And that is barakah. Barakah in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the productivity of what you have earned. When something is mubarak, it may seem to be a few, it may seem to be a little, but it would do big things. I'm pretty much sure that you have experienced it and witnessed this around yourself, from the people around yourself. Their income may be millions of dollars, but they are expending all that earnings in, hospitals, repairments, paying bills and different things, and they're not really enjoying what they have. On the other hand, and contrary, you would come across so many people that their income would be mediocre, a reasonable income, or maybe in some cases a low income, but they are living a good life and they are enjoying whatever they have. A paycheck that would cover all the expenditures of a month, and also it would cover up for enjoying their life. They would hold parties, they would actually help people out, do charity, different things. So this is barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have rizq and we have barakah in the riwayat and the hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So when you start researching the verses of Quran, hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, in order to figure out what is this system, you may come up with some important rulings here. On top of all is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made obligatory on himself in order to provide for all his creatures around the world. From the smallest thing that we may not be able to see that, from that ant who would provide the sustenance for his colony and would gather the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over him, from that biggest creature in the world. They are all being provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah is providing for them the best. And this is obligatory upon Allah. So someone may just come and ask, so why should I have to work? Then I would lie on my couch, turn on TV, and start watching shows and wait for that obligatory sustenance to come and find me. A good question, a really good question. In fact, Imam Ali alayhi salam, in one of his beautiful hadiths, he has said that there are two categories of rizq. الرزق رزقان رزق يطلبك ورزق أنت طالبه رزق أنت تطلبه أو أنت طالبه أن رزق يطلبك. So there are two categories of rizq. There is one rizq that you would chase it, and another rizq that this rizq would chase you. Yes, if you lie on your couch, you may be provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But that would be the least that you need in order to sustain. But for you, in order to obtain the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He refers to in the verses of Quran, وَابْتَغُوا مِن فَضْلِ اللَّهِ, you have to work. You have to adhere to these worldly matters, to these worldly causes, in order to earn money, in order to enjoy the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So a question maybe remained unanswered. And that is, if my rizq is preordinated, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has destined that before, and it is precisely known by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then why should I work? Why should I work? Or how I should at least, this is my question, how I should try for my dunya? What should I do about working and earning money? There is a really beautiful hadith from Imam Hasan alayhi salam, that he says, in which he says, لا تجاهد الطلب جهاد الغالب ولا تتكل على القدر اتكال المستسلم. This is the way that you have to try for your dunya. لا تجاهد الطلب جهاد الغالب, meaning that do not work for your dunya 24/7. Spend all your energy in order to earn more money and to increase your income and to buy better things. No, it's not needed. وَلَا تَتَّكِلْ عَلَى الْقَدْرِ اتِّكَالَ الْمُسْتَسْلِمِ, and do not rely on that obligatory sustenance of Allah towards you and leave work. No, don't do that. This is the wrong thing that you would do. Work for your dunya, work for your akhirah, use your dunya in order to buy akhirah, use your dunya in order to actually send hasanat to your hereafter. And this is the way that you would work for your dunya. There's a continuation for this hadith which you can refer to. This, if you search the first phrase of this hadith, then the hadith would show up. And this hadith is from Bahar al-Anbar.